I'm Storrar. I'm the co-founder and CEO of this space. I grew up in the church, being the son of a minister, surrounded by people who babysat me, and all of our sort of social activities and our community life was in the church. I grew up kind of in and around churches my whole life. But I also had a deep sense of community and connection to civic life, to the arts, to different forms of community, and sometimes those overlap, those circles, but other times I found kind of the place I belonged being in politics or in the student theater or different places. Well, it's great to be an entrepreneur in the Bay because obviously this is where startups come from, but it brings a lot of problems. We kind of live in a bubble here, I think. And while we have extreme wealth and people making incredible things come to life through their startups, we also, I think, have a responsibility to think about how do we make the world better for the world that we're kind of leaving behind? How do we help people in local communities connect? What's happened is people in general have fallen away from institutional belonging, institutional membership. So it's been happening for a long time, over decades and generations. So there's nothing new. At the same time, people's the pressure on families, on young people, on parents and others has increased, and so they've been pulled in lots of different directions. There's obviously a lot of cultural tensions and changes in how people identify. Still have massive immigrant communities. The majority, the middle of America, doesn't associate or have affinity in those communities anymore, and yet those buildings are empty. And so we have to reinvent the model. It's not about owning that and insisting everyone fits your mold. It's about being open and inclusive in a way that you can build community in a more flexible, borderless way. And being kind of in nonprofits and being involved in the arts and involved in community organizing, to me it was about building something with my hands and being as close to that as possible. It was really important to do something that connected to the fundamentals of who I am and what I believe in, what I want the world to look like. And what I'm trying to do in my own sort of slice of that world is create some tools and some processes that will help that world flourish. This host that we're working with, or these hosts in Oakland or in the East Bay, and connect them to the organizations that are around them in the community and actually make something happen and make people's lives better today and then every day after,